me a gratitude in your career of.
Okay, I was at the comic strip in Fort Lauderdale. I passed my audition. After being there for a while, the guy who ran the place let me work there, which was fantastic. So I took the trash out, I cooked in the kitchen, I
Wow.
sat people, and then they would let me go on for either 10 minutes at the end of the show or if later at the beginning of the show. But I worked there as a busboy. And
Mm-hmm.
um,
Wow.
after a show one time, out by the bar, the other comedians who didn't have to bus tables were there, and the audience was walking out. And I wish I could remember who this comedian was. But a person came up to me saying, well, you, and I had my bus tray stuff on, like I had done some time. They thought I was funny.
Yeah.
And they said, I forget what they asked, but I said, yeah, I'm trying to become a comedian. I'm trying to be a comedian.
Uh-huh.
And the person said, oh, well, we enjoyed you tonight. Good luck, blah, 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 and left. And a comedian overheard me say that and said, can I talk to you?
Mm.
Another one where I'll cry. And I said, sure. And he said, why did you tell that person you were trying to be a comedian? I said, because that's what I'm doing. I want to become a comedian. He goes, you did it tonight. They enjoyed it. Why don't you say you are a comedian? And I don't know why, but it hit me it hit me. He goes, why are you putting it out in front of you when it's already there?
Mm. Wow.
And from that moment on, I said that I was a comedian, that I am a comedian.
It's beautiful. Wow.
And then audience members go, we don't think so. But
Aren't
that's on
you-
them.
Like, that's cute. Here's my drink. Take it away.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
Hey,
Wow.
I didn't know I was going to be crying. What is this?
Yeah.
I just saw the hint. What is this for?
What is this comedian's podcast?
Yeah, she sneaks in there real quick.
That's beautiful. And that's like, and like, you don't remember who the comedian
No.
was and what a significant role they played in your life. And they may have no idea. They just said what they saw and walked away and continued on with their life and have no idea that it
Right.
made that impact on you, and to where you changed your language, you changed your vernacular to saying what you are and affirming yourself every time you're saying that, not even knowing what it's doing to your insides, to your mind, to your
Right.
psyche, to all of that, not even knowing the shift that you just made within yourself, bringing things into your life by just that little switch, and that person having no idea what they just did for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's so special and so powerful. That's very cool.
And what happened was, the next time somebody said, what are you doing? And I said, I am a comedian. And I dropped the bus tray and I said, and I'm trying to be a busboy.
Yeah. Goof. Oh man, that kind of reminds me of a story of my husband's in music, and he wanted to be a rapper, and to get through college, he was a balloon man, and he would make balloon animals at restaurants in Disney World area, like all the Disney World restaurants. He would go and he would make balloon animals for
Mhm.
people. And he tells the story that he would make his balloon animals, and then he would go off in the back room and like write his rap songs, and then when new tables would come in, he would come out and do balloon animals again. And there was this one table of this family, and he's making them balloon animals, and he was telling them that he does music and stuff like that, and they were like, oh wow, like, we would love to hear your music. And he had at the time burned like CDs, of his music. And so he sold this family one of his CDs for like $5 or something like that. And he's in college at the time and just wants to be a rapper. And then like cut 2 years go by, and now he is a rapper, and he has this group called Group One Crew, and it's him, another guy, and a girl, and they're touring, and they're on this big tour, and it's in the Christian music industry, and so it's like a big tour with a bunch of different Christian artists on it, and they're on this tour bus traveling around, whatever. And so after one of his shows at this arena, they have merch volunteers, right? And so there's people selling his merch, and he's talking to whoever the volunteer was, and she stops and looks at him, and she's like, "Did you used to sell balloon animals?" And he was like, "I did." And she goes, "I bought one of your CDs for my son, and now her and her son are here selling merch at his table."
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, not even knowing, like, this lady supporting him, like, "Yeah, I'll buy your music." She probably didn't even like the music, whatever, but just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna sew into this. I'm gonna support. Here's
Man,
$5. I'll take your
really
music." And then
wonderful.
years later, he's like on a real tour at a real arena, and she's selling his merch for him, not even knowing that this is the kid.
That's amazing.
That's wild, right?
Yeah.
It's so cool that God will like send us little people through, not little people, they'll send us people that are like in these little moments throughout our journey of life that like help us course correct, that help us in any way that has such an impact later on in life. Like what gifts those people are throughout our journey. And that person, that he doesn't remember that lady's name, you don't remember who that person was, but they were so significant in your life and so God sent. And I think that's just so powerful and inspiring too, to be that person for others, and we never know what people are going through, what they're dealing with, what they're thinking about. And I try myself to be obedient to what I hear. And when I say that, what I mean is if I'm at the grocery store and there's a lady behind me and I can hear a thought in my head that says, "That's a cute sweater," I try to go, "I like your sweater," just because I don't know if she needed that today. And if that did something for her psyche that changes something for her. I don't know what.
Right.
But I try to, when I hear those things or I feel something, I try to be present. And what does it cost me to just say, "You look so pretty today." Oh my God, thank you.
And how a beautiful gesture to say something nice about someone, and like you say, how little time it takes.
Yeah.
To do a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you timed it on a stopwatch, wow, that's a nice sweater. It's not even 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And yet it can have a nice impact on someone who might otherwise be having a challenging day and feel good for a moment.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.